Photograph the elusive Pokemon. How do you do it? You gotta be fast. Ah! You need a keen eye, the best equipment, and lightning-quick reflexes.
No, you don't. All you need is Pokemon Snap, the first Pokemon game for N64. Find them, frame them, and shoot. You can even bring your Snap cartridge to a participating Blockbuster Video and print out stickers of your favorites.
Doesn't look like they're coming out today. Hard luck.
Pokemon Snap, gotta catch them.
I've been playing the Pokemon games for almost 25 years now, having jumped on the craze when Red and Blue first dropped and never really leaving the series. Besides the main series, I've enjoyed most of their spin-off games too, and the one I want to talk about today is one of my favorites, Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap is the third game in the series on N64 after Pokemon Stadium and Hey You Pikachu. While the former was an abridged version of the main games focusing on battling, and the latter was a really bad virtual pet sim, Snap was a weird on-rails photography game. No battling, no capturing, just taking photos of Pokemon. It sounds boring compared to the main games, but once you start playing it, you can't help but enjoy how relaxing it is. You play the game as Todd Snap. You know that one guy who joined up with Ash and crew for a few episodes in the anime?
Wow, what a battle! These shots are gonna be great! Huh?
Get a shot of this!
Well, he's back here as a playable character. Seems like an odd choice at first, but it makes sense since this game is more closely related to the anime than the games. For example, Professor Oak is here, having the same voice actor he has in the show. The other is that the Pokemon don't use their cries from the game, but the weird Poke Talk that they do in the show. The goal of the game is pretty straightforward. You're on Pokemon Island. Professor Oak wants you to travel to different locations on the island to take photos of Pokemon. You'll go through the levels on this high-tech cart called 01 that protects you from the environment and Pokemon alike, letting you photograph them safely. After the brief levels, any photos you take can be shown to Professor Oak, who will rate and score the quality of the photos. Photos are judged on how much of the Pokemon is in frame, what pose the Pokemon is taking, if they're centered in the photo, and finally if there are any more of its species in the photo. You'll get bonus points if you manage to get a photo of it doing a certain attack or special actions like Surfing Pikachu or Balloon Pikachu. Besides the camera, you'll unlock apples that can be used to bait Pokemon to certain areas or have them react for a better photo. Pester balls that can knock out / stun Pokemon, cause them to pop out of water, or to break their disguise. Finally, the last item you get is the Pokeflute. It'll change the music as you go through the level, but certain Pokemon will react to it, waking up, dancing, or just getting agitated. Despite being brief, the levels themselves are pretty diverse. You'll start off on a beach, before going through a tunnel into a power plant, a volcano, a river, a cave, and finally an open valley with waterfalls. You'll also unlock a secret area towards the end of the game after meeting the right requirements. If you ignore the requirements from Professor Oak about taking a good photo, taking photos of the Pokemon isn't really all that complicated. It's just point, line up the red dot, and snap a photo. Some Pokemon are easier than others as they'll show up for brief moments, need to be baited out, or need to be knocked into something in order for them to evolve, like Charizard or Victory Bell. Doing certain things in a level will also get special reactions from Pokemon. For example, in the cave area, you'll spot a coughing, annoying Jigglypuff, hit him with a Pester Ball to save her, and near the end of the level, she'll put on a concert, singing the same song she does in the anime. After unlocking all the areas and knocking a Mankey onto a switch to unlock a new path, here you'll bump into Professor Oak, who is out in the field on the trail of the Mew Todd was chasing in the opening intro. He believes there are certain signs that could help point to its locations. You'll have to return to the levels in order to find formations that look like Pokemon. The first is a rock formation that looks like Kingler located in the beach area. The second sign requires a bit more work as you have to bait a Pikachu to this egg, play the Pokeflute, and use its Thunder Shock to hatch the egg into Zapdos. Zapdos will charge up the power plant, and towards the end, you'll find a projector that creates a sign that looks like Pinsir. The third sign is right at the beginning of the volcano area, needing you to throw Pester Balls into this lava pit to make a smoke cloud that looks like coughing. Next one is on the river, having to use the Pokeflute to wake up this Vileplume so its smoke clears up and exposes the tree that looks like Cubone. The fifth one is in a cave, an assortment of crystals that create an image of Mewtwo. And the final one is right at the beginning of the valley, a mountain range that looks like Dugtrio. Once you photograph all 6 signs, Professor Oak somehow correlates that to the constellations in the sky, and you'll get access to Rainbow Road. Sorry, I meant Rainbow Cloud. It's a pretty peaceful area up near space. It's completely empty though, except for one Pokemon, Mew. Mew is sorta like the game's final boss slash only boss, as it'll have a barrier around itself preventing you from taking a photo of it. You have to use apples to break the barrier down, and once it's out of it, you can finally snap a photo of it. Once that's done, return to Professor Oak, and you've beaten the game. Pokemon Snap is not a hard game by any means, and it's not a very long game either. I managed to beat it in just under 2 hours, and since you're technically not obligated to photograph every Pokemon in the game, you can speedrun it in less than half an hour. Getting the right photo for the best scores can be a bit of a chore, but because it isn't necessary to complete, it's a bit of a non-issue. The game uses less than half of the 151 Gen 1 Pokemon, with only about 63 Pokemon in the game, which feels like a missed opportunity, as it could have padded the game out a bit and made for more interesting interactions with Pokemon. That said, it's still a fun game to go back and revisit, especially since you can beat it in one session. The calm atmosphere, the soothing music, messing with Pokemon, or just taking photos. There's plenty of reasons to enjoy this game. Hell, back in the day, you could take your cartridge to Blockbuster and print stickers of the photos you took, which I think is a big part of why it was so popular back then. A sequel was finally announced a few months ago, though it doesn't have a release date yet. I do hope it brings some changes to the series. First, it would be great if they ditched the on-rails levels and have the player walk around and explore the area to find Pokemon instead. Second is way more Pokemon added. There's close to 900 Pokemon now, so while I doubt every single one will make it, seeing most of the Pokedex would be awesome. Third, the camera mechanics could use a revamp. Nowadays, a lot of games have some kind of camera mode, so adding in things like filters, different camera lens, stickers, etc. would make the photo taking a lot more fun. And finally, a bit more variety in the environment. Maybe an underwater segment, a haunted house, a graveyard, or a full-on snow level. And that about wraps up the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Been wanting to talk about Pokemon since I started the channel, but want to wait for the channel to grow some more before jumping into the main series. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe. I'm Fuzzy Slippers, and I'll see you later. Peace.